everyone. Welcome to Hare Krishna Temple of Austin's Narasimha Caturdasi celebration. As you all know, today we are celebrating the appearance of Lord Narasimha. Before we begin, let's offer the prayers. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We now offer our prayers to Lord Narasimha to protect us. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya, Namas Tejas Tejase Avir Bhava, Braja Naka Braja Tamsra Karma Shayan, Randaya Tamo Grasa Om Swaha. Abhayam Atmani Bhuvishta Om Sha Om. This prayer means, I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Narasimha, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possesses nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. Today is the appearance day of Lord Narasimha, who is a half-man, half-lion incarnation of the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. When the Supreme Lord appears in this material world in his various incarnations, he performs 4 functions. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstarpanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He comes to protect devotees from evil elements, to vanquish the tamasic elements, to establish the religious system suitable for this day and age. And the 4th, which is there in Bhagavatam, Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. It means to show extraordinary mercy to devotees by performing stunning pastimes, like Lord Narasimha pastime. Lord Narasimha appeared for the protection of his devotee Prahlad Maharaj and to kill the demon Hiranyakashipu. Today is the day to offer the utmost sincere prayers to Lord Narasimha for seeking his protection, for singing his glories, and receiving his mercy. So with this prayerful mood, devotees, let's start our Narasimha Caturdasi celebrations today. So first we have young Vaishnavi Sevya starting with the Kirtan, and we have all the young devotees singing along with her. Over to you, Sevya.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev. Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev, Jaya Narasimha Dev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Thank you, Sevya. That was very, very beautiful Kirtan. And thank you, devotees, for singing along. I think it's a great start for our program today. Very devotional mood, right? So next we have prayers of Prahlad Maharaj by our Damodar class, Gaur Kishore class, and Nand Kishore class. Guruvani Mataji is the teacher. So all of you, please come and sit here. So we'll have Damodar class kids come and sit here in the front. First, you can recite the prayers. Come, yeah.
Wait, do you have first division? Oh yeah, okay, because I only got the ones that I have.
Ritika. You all can sit behind, come. You're going to say, right, something? I don't have it here. Oh, okay. So Dave, you can just get the mic in the hand to one. Okay. First, give the mic to her. Okay. First, you all sing what Mataji told you to sing. Huh? What did Mataji ask you to teach? Sing. Huh? Sing. Sing loudly.
उग्रं वीरं
महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहम् जय नरसिंह श्री नरसिंह जय जय नरसिंह प्रहलादेश जय पद्ममुख पद्मभृङ्ग.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Now we, kids of Gaur Kishore and Nand Kishore, they will recite Prahlad Maharaj prayers. These prayers are from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5 and 7.
ॐ नमो भगवते नरसिंहाय नमस्तेजस्तेजसे आविर्भव वज्रनखा वज्रदंष्ट्राकर्माशयान् रन्धया तमोग्रसग्रसा ॐ स्वाहा अभयमभयम् आत्मनि भूयिष्ठा ॐ श्रौं स्वस्त्यस्तु विश्वस्य खला प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मितो धिया मानश्च भद्रं भजता ददोक्षजे आवेष्टतां नो मतिरव्यहैतुकी माराग्रहधरात्मजवेत्तबन्धुषु सङ्गो यदि स्यात् भगवत्प्रियेषु नः यत्प्राणप्रीत्यात् परितुष्ट आत्मवान् सिद्ध्यत्यसुरात्मजतेन्द्रियात्प्रियः यत्सङ्गलब्धं निजवीर्यवैभवं तीर्थं मुहूर्तं स्मृततं हि मानसं हरत्यजोऽन्ता श्रुतिभिर्गतोऽन्तजं कोवेन सेवेत मुकुन्दविक्रमम् यस्यासि भक्तिर्भगवत्य किञ्चन सर्वेन्द्रियैस्तत्र समाचरेत् स्थिरः हरात्यशक्तान्महात्गुणा मनोदधेनाचरितभारतोर्जैः हरे कृष्णात् भगवत्य चेतना आत्माझशानामधन्तोरन्मीक्षितम् हित्वा महांस्तं यदि सज्जते गृहे तदा भवत्वां वयसादं पातिनां तस्माद्रजोरागविषादमन्युः मानस्मृहापायवदतेनन्मीमूलं हित्वा गृहान्तं सततं प्रवणं नरसिंहपादं भजता कुटों गत्यन्ति मौनव्रतश्रुततपोऽध्ययन स्वधर्म वाक्यारहो जपसमादय आपवर्ग्य प्रायः परं पुरुषते त्वजितेन्द्रियाणां वार्ता भवान्त्युत नवात्र तुदाम्भिकानां रूपे इमे सदसति तव वेदसृष्टे बीजान्कुरा विवन चान्यदरूपकस्य युक्ता समक्षमुभयत्र विचक्षते त्वां योगेन वाहिनि वदारुषु नान्यदस्यात् तं वायुरग्निरविनिर्व्यदम्बुमात्रा प्राणेन्द्रियाणि हृदयं चिदनुग्रहश्च सर्वं त्वमेव सगुणो विगुणश्च भूमान् नान्यत्वदस्त्यमिमनो वचसा निरुक्तं नैते गुणा न गुणिनो महदादयो ये सर्वे मनः प्रभृतया सह देवमार्त्या आद्यन्तवन्त उरगाय विदन्ति हि त्वाम् एवं विरिञ्च धियो विरमति शब्दात् तत्तेरहत्तमस्तु नमस्तुति कर्म पूजाः कर्म स्मृतिश्चरणयो श्रवणं कथायाम् संसेवया त्वयि विनेति सदङ्गया किं भक्तिं जनः परमहंसगतौ लभेत
Wow, that was such a beautiful recitation and such clear pronunciation, right? The kids have done so well. Thank you so much. Guru Vani Mataji is their teacher and Mataji has been teaching them these prayers. Thank you very much, young Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. That was beautiful prayers. Devotees, next part of the program is Abishekam. Request all of you all to go to the main hall. And for the devotees who are online, we will have 1 minute of quick interruption and then we will proceed with Abishekam. Hare Krishna.
ஹார்மோனியம் அவர் இப்போ வந்து
Hare Krishna,
கீர்த்தன்
Hare
பண்ண
Krishna.
சொல்றாரு. And
Hare Krishna Mataji. Happy Narasimha Caturdasi. Thank you. Mataji, you mostly sit. If you see someone who needs any assistance, you can help.
அதுக்கு தான் நான் முன்னாடி வரலாம்.
Mostly you can be seated, yeah.
Because இடம் இருக்காது.
Should I tell 5-minute Kirtan, Prabhu?
Start.
Prashant
So
Prabhu,
I'll say
can you
short
hear?
Kirtan before we start Abishekam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful.
They're ready, Prabhu? They're ready?
Start. And then I keep doing.
Hare Krishna devotees. So we'll have a short Kirtan before we begin the Abhishekam. Ananya and Paurnamasi Mataji will sing the Kirtan. Over to you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Thank you, Purnamasi Mataji and Ananya. That was a very beautiful Kirtan. Next is the Abishekam to Lord Narasimha Dev. His Grace Satisara Prabhu will be performing the Abishekam. While the Abishekam is going on, Purnamasi Mataji and Ananya will be reciting Brahma Samhita prayers. These are extraordinarily beautiful prayers recited by Lord Brahma when he gets enlightenment from Lord Shri Krishna himself. Lord Brahma is glorifying the spiritual world, this cosmic manifestation, and the qualities of Lord Krishna and his associates. Such is the glories of these prayers. Now only Purnamasi Mataji and Ananya will be reciting the prayers. Devotees, this is not a call and response. Over to you, Mataji and Ananya.
ईश्वरा परमा कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर्गोविंद सर्वकारण कारणम् चिन्तामणि प्रकरसात्म सुकल्प वृक्ष लक्षावृतेषु सुरभिरविभालयन्तम् लक्ष्मी सहस्रशत सम्भ्रम सेव्यमानम्
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि वेणुं क्वनन्तमरविन्ददलाय दाक्षं बर्हावतां समसिताम्बुदसुन्दराङ्गं कन्दर्भकोटिकमनीयविशेषशोभम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आलोलचन्द्रकलसद्वनमाल्यवंशी रत्नागदं प्रणयकेलिकलाविलासं श्यामं त्रिभङ्गललितं नियताप्रकाशं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अङ्गानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमन्ति पश्यन्ति पान्ति कलयञ्जि चिरञ्जगण्ठी आनन्दचिन्मय सदुज्ज्वल विग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमधुर्लभमात्मभक्तौ गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि पन्तास्तु कोटिशतवत्सरसम्प्रगम्यो वायोरथापि मनसा मुनिपुङ्गवानां सोऽप्यस्ति यत्प्रपदसिम्यविचिन्त्य तत्त्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि एकोऽप्यचौरचरितुं जगदण्डकोटिं यक्षस्थिरस्ति जगदण्डजयाय दन्ताः अण्डान्तरस्थपरमाणुचयान्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यद्भावभावितधियो मनुजस्तथैव सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमासनयानभूषाः सुक्तेर्येव निगमप्रतिगैष्टुवन्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरसा प्रतिभाविताभिस्ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसात्य किलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि प्रेमाञ्जनाचुरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि रामादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठा नानावतारमकरोत् भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्ण स्वयं समभवत् परमः पुमान्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्य प्रभा प्रभवतो जगदण्डकोटि कोटिष्वशेषवसुधादिविभूतिभिन्नम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमनन्तमशेषभूतम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि माया हि यस्य जगदण्डशतानि सूते त्रैगुण्य तद्विषयवेदवितायमानाः सत्त्वावलम्बि परसत्त्वविशुद्धसत्त्वं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरसत्मतयो मनस्सु यः प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्वरतामुपेत्य लीलायितेन भुवनानि जगत्यजस्रं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य देवी महेश हरितामसुतेषु तेषु ते ते प्रभावनिशया विहिताश्च येन गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयसाधनशक्तिरेका छायेव यस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा इच्छानुरूपमपि यस्य च चेष्टते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि क्षीरं यथा दधिविकारविशेषयोगात् सञ्जायते न हि ततः पृथगस्ति हेतो यः सम्भुतामपि यथा समुपैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि दीपाचिरेव इदशान्तरमभ्युपेत्य दीपायते विवृतहेतु समानधर्मा यस्तादृगेव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यः कारणार्णवजले भजति स्म योगा निद्रामनन्तजगदण्डसरोमकूपाः आधारशक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्तिं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्यैकनिश्वसितकलालमथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदण्डनाथाः विष्णोर्महान् स इह यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि भास्वान् यथा स्म सकलेषु निजेषु तेजाः स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटयत्यति तत्त्वदत्र ब्रह्माय एष जगदण्डविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यत्पादपल्लवयुगं विनिधाय कुम्भ द्वन्द्वे प्रणामसमयेश गणाधिराजाः विघ्नान् विहन्तुमलमस्य जगत्त्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अग्निर्मही गगनमम्बुमरुष्टिशश्च कालस्तथात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद्भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलाग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजाः यस्यायज्ञ भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि धर्मोऽर्थपापनिजय श्रुतयस्तपांसि ब्रह्माणि कीटपटगावलयश्च जीवा यदत्तमात्र विभवा प्रकटप्रभावा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्त्विन्द्रगोपमथवेन्द्रमहोष्वकर्मा बन्धोऽनुरूपफलभाजनमातनोति कर्माणि निर्दहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजां गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यं क्रोधकामसहज प्रणयादिभीति वात्सल्यमोह गुरुगौरवसेव्य भावै सञ्चिन्त्य तस्य सदृशिं तनुमापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि श्रियकान्ता परमपुरुष कल्पतरवो धूमाभूमिश्चिन्तामणि गणमयी तोयममृतं कथागानं नाट्यं गमनमपि वंशी प्रियसखी चिदानन्दं ज्योति परमपि तद्स्वादमपि च स यत्र क्षीराब्धि श्रवति सुरभियश्च सुमः निमेषा सात्योग्य व्रजति न हि यत्रापि समय भजे श्वेतादीपं तमहं इह गोलोक इति यं विदन्तश्चे सन्तक्षिति विरल चराकटिपै ॐ नमो भगवते नरसिंहाय तेजस्तेजसे आविराविर्भव वज्रनखा वज्रदंष्ट्रा कर्माशयन् रन्धय रन्धय तमो ग्रस ग्रस ॐ स्वाहा अभयम् अभयम् आत्मनि भूयिष्ठा ॐ श्रौं ॐ नमो भगवते नरसिंहाय नमस्तेजस्तेजसे आविराविर्भव वज्रनका वज्रदंष्ट्रा कर्माशयान् रन्धय रन्धय तमो ग्रस ग्रस ॐ स्वाहा अभयमात्मनि भूयिष्ठा ॐ श्रौं ॐ नमो भगवते नरसिंहाय नमस्तेजस्तेजसे आविराविर्भव वज्रनखा वज्रदंष्ट्रा कर्माशयान् रन्धय रन्धय तमो ग्रस ग्रस ॐ स्वाहा अभयम् अभयम् आत्मानि भूयिष्ठा ॐ शौं जय नरसिंहा श्री नरसिंहा जय जय श्री नरसिंहा प्रह्लादेश जय पद्मा मुख पद्मा भृङ्गा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्नमाम्यहं जय नरसिंहा श्री नरसिंहा जय जय श्री नरसिंहा प्रह्लादेश जय पद्मा मुख पद्मा भृङ्गा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं जय नरसिंहा श्री नरसिंहा जय जय श्री नरसिंहा प्रह्लादेश जय पद्मा मुख पद्मा भृङ्गा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्नमाम्यहम् कीर्तन पढ़ना।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Narsingadev, Jaya Narsingadev, Jaya Narsingadev, Jaya Narsingadev.
Jaya Narasimhadev, Narasimhadev, Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita.
Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya Gauranita, Jaya
Radha Giridhari, Radha Giridhari, Radhe.
Jaya Radha Giridhari, Radha Giridhari, Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radhe.
Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radhe.
Jaya Radha Ras Bihari, Radha Ras Bihari, Radhe. Ras Bihari, Radha Ras Bihari, Radhe. Jaya Radha Kunj Bihari, Radha Kunj Bihari, Radhe.
Kunj Bihari, Radha Kunj Bihari, Radhe.
Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radhe.
Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radhe.
Jaya Radha Neel Madhav, Radha Neel Madhav, Radhe. Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radhe.
Radha Ransan Radhe.
Jaya Kishor Kishori, Jaya Kishor Kishori, Jaya Kishor Kishori, Jaya Kishor Kishori.
Jaya Kishor Kishori, Jaya Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha,
Baladeva, Jaya Shubhadra. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gaur Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya
Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Gaur
Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol.
That was a beautiful Kirtan. Thank you, Satyasara Prabhu, for the Abishekam. It was so divine and beautiful. We are truly blessed to witness it. And thank you, Satyarupa Prabhu, for supporting. Thank you, Purnamasi Mataji and Ananya, for the beautiful recitation of Brahma Samhita prayers and also the Kirtan. It was very beautiful. Next, we have Narasimha Kavacham. It will be recited by Neha Mataji. Mataji is online. Hare Krishna, Neha Mataji. Over to you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. नरसिंहा कवचम सोत्रम नरसिंहा कवचम वक्षे प्रहलादेनोदितं पुरा सर्वरक्षाकरं पुण्यं सर्वपद्रवानाशनं सर्वसम्पत्करं चैव स्वर्गमोक्षप्रदायकं ध्यात्वा नरसिंहं देवेशं हेमासिंहासनाय स्थितं विवत्राश्यं त्रिनयनं शरदिन्दुसमाप्रभं लक्ष्मी अलङ्गिता वामङ्गं विभूतिभिरुपाश्रितं चतुर्भुजं कोमालङ्गं स्वर्णकुण्डलशोभितं सरोजाशोभितो राक्षं रत्नकेयूरमुद्रितं तप्ता कञ्चना सङ्काशं पिता निर्मलवाशशम् इन्द्रादिसुरामौलिष्ठता स्फुरन्मणिकदीप्तिभिः विराजिता पदाद्वन्द्वं शङ्खाचक्रादिहेतभिः गरुत्माता च विनायत् स्तूयान्मानन्मुदान्वितं स्वहितकमलासंवासं कृत्वा तु कवचं पठेत् नरसिंहो मे शिरां पातु लोकारक्षार्थसम्भवा सर्वा गोपीस्थं वाशा फलं मे रक्षतो ध्वनिं नरसिंहो मे दृशो पातो सोमा सूर्याग्निलोचना स्मृतं मे पातो नरहरि मुनिवार्या स्तुति प्रिया नाशं मे सिंहनाशस्तु मुखं लक्ष्मी मुखा प्रिया सर्वविद्यादिदा पातो नरसिंहो रशनं मम वक्त्रः पातविन्दुवदनं सदा प्रह्लादवन्दितः नरसिंह पातो मे कण्ठं स्कन्दो भूभृदनन्तकृत् दिव्यास्त्रशोभिता भुजौ नरसिंह पातो मे भुजौ कारोमि देववारणो नरसिंह पातो सर्वथा हृद्यं योगी सन्ध्यश्च निवासं पातो मे हरि मध्यं पातो हिरण्यकक्षा वक्षाश्कुक्षिविदारणः नाभिं मे पातो नरहरि स्वनाभिः ब्रह्म संस्तुता ब्रह्माण्डाकोत्याकात्यं यस्य सोपातो मे कतिं गुह्यं मे पातो गुह्यानां मन्त्राणां गुह्यारूपाद्रे उरुमनाभवा पातो जानुनी नरारूपाद्रेक् जाङ्गे पातो धराभरा हर्तास्योऽसो नरकेशरी सुराराज्या प्रदापातो पादो मे नरहरीश्वरा सहस्राशीर्षाः पुरुषाः पातो मे सर्वशस्तनुं मनोग्रहपूर्वता पातो महावीराग्रजुगीनितः महाविष्णुर्दक्षिणे तु महाज्वालस्तु निरता पश्चिमे पातो सर्वेषु दिशि मे सर्वतो मुखा नरसिंह पातो वायायां स्वयं भूषणा विग्रह ईशान्यां पातो भद्रो मे सर्वमङ्गलदायकः संसारभयता पातो मृत्युर्मृत्युनरकेश्वरी इदं नरसिंहकवचं प्रह्लादामुखमन्दितं भक्तिमान् य पठे नित्यं सर्वपापे प्रमुच्यते पुत्रवान् धनवान् लोके दीर्घायुरुपजायते यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति असंशयम् सर्वत्र जयमप्नोति सर्वत्र विजयी भवेत् भूमि अन्तरिक्ष दिव्यानां ग्रहणं विनिवारणं शीकोरागा सम्भूता विषाफरणं परं ब्रह्मरक्षा शक्षाणां दुरुशरणकरणं भुजे वा तले पत्रे वा कवचं लिखितं शुभं करामूले धृतं येन सिद्धयेयुकरं सिद्धया देवासुरा मनुष्येषु स्वयं स्वयमेवा जयं लभेत् एका सन्ध्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं वा या पठेन्नियतो नरः सर्वमङ्गलमङ्गल्यं भुक्तिं मुक्तिं च विन्दति द्वित्रिंशतिसहस्राणि पठेत् सुदात्मानं निरनं कवचस्य मन्त्रस्य मन्त्रसिद्धि प्रजायते आनेन मन्त्रराजेन कृत्वा भस्मवीरमन्त्रणं तिलकम्भिप्रियाद्यस्तु तस्याघ्राभरं हरेत् त्रिवराजपामानस्तु दातं वार्याभिमन्त्र च प्रसयेद्यो नो नरो मन्त्रं नरसिंहाधयमाचरेत् तस्या रोगापनश्यन्ति ये चाकुक्षि सम्भवा किमात्रा बहुनुक्तेन नरसिंहात् सदर्शो भवेत् मनसा चिन्तितां यातो सा तचप्नोत्यसंशयम् गर्जयन्तं गर्जयन्तं निजाभुजा पतलं स्फुटयन्तं हतन्तं दीपयन्तं तपयन्तं दिवि विदितेजां क्षेपयन्तं क्षिपन्तं क्रदान्तं रोषयन्तं दिशि दिशि सता संहरन्तं भरन्तं वीक्षान्तं पूर्यानन्तं करानिकार्षिते दिव्या सिंहं नमामि करानिकार्षते दिव्या सिंहं नमामि करानिकार्षते दिव्या सिंहं नमामि ॐ दिव्या सिंहाय नमः पुराणे प्रलोक्तं श्री नरसिंह कवचम संपूर्ण। नरसिंह भगवान की जय, प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Hare Krishna Mataji. That was such a beautiful recitation. And thank you, Meera, for the beautiful recitation along with your mom. Mataji, you recited so perfectly and with so much of devotion. And quick intro, Narasimha Kavacham are the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Narasimha Dev. They are in Brahmanda Purana. These prayers are very powerful and they vanquish all kind of impediments and provide one all the protection required. So now is the next segment of the program, which is Aarti. Very special Aarti today to Lord Narasimha Dev. Purnamasi Mataji will be doing the Aarti. Abhay Prabhu will be singing the Kirtan. Mridanga will be played by Jishnu. Request devotees to please stand.
बोलिए भक्ति भक्त विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमो
विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी आशातारिणे
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे बोलिए हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Your turn. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Oh,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय राधा
दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे
जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे जय
राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे
जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव
सिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव
नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव जय नरसिंह देव
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
ताई गौर प्रेमानंदी
Hare Krishna, we'll all pay obeisances. Jayom Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivacharya Astu Sarasata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivacharya Astu Sarasata His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मथुरा धाम की जय नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय समवेत संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय बृहद मृदंगा की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Narasimha Caturdasi की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
First, some more time. Kirtan.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे हरे
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
ओ
Hare
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
ओ
Hare
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
ओ
Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
ओ
Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
ओ
Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
ओ
Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
ओ हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
ओ Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jai Prabhu. Thank you very much, Abhay Prabhu, for a very ecstatic Kirtan, and Jeshnu for Mridanga, and Sevya for supporting. So now we are going to sing Narasimha Aarti, our young Vaishnava. Chaitanya is going to sing. Chaitanya, you can come forward.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladaladaine.
Praladaladaine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Hiranyakashipurvakshaha.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Ito Narasimho parato Narasimho.
Ito Narasimho parato Narasimho.
Yato yato yamitato Narasimho.
Yato yato yamitato Narasimho.
Bahir Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho.
Bahir Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapate.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapate.
Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shingam.
Again?
Hari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Tava Kara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shingam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Narasimha Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
Thank you, Chaitanya. That was a very beautiful Narasimha Aarti. And thank you, Abhay Prabhu, for the beautiful Kirtan, and Jishnu for Mridangam, and Sevya for chorus, and Rohini Mataji for Kartal. Thank you, devotees. And thank you, Purnamasi Mataji, for the Aarti. Next, we have a very special class. We also, a very special guest today. We have a class by His Grace, Krishna Namananda Prabhu. I would like to request Satisara Prabhu to introduce Prabhu.
Hare Krishna devotees, thank you all for coming. Happy Narasimha Caturdasi once again for all of you. So, as Mataji said, we have a very, very special speaker. He is online, so you can see in the TV here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Namanand Prabhu. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhu. Please
So,
accept my respectful obeisances.
please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu. All glories to Guru Parampara and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. May I introduce you, Prabhuji?
I think not needed, Prabhu.
Just a very brief introduction, if you allow me to. Okay, Hare Krishna devotees, a very special guest, as Mataji said. His name is Krishna Namanand Prabhu from ISKCON, New Jersey. And so it's an absolute honor for me to introduce Prabhu, such a senior Vaishnava, on this very auspicious day. Prabhu, on behalf of Hare Krishna Temple of Austin, we would like to welcome you to our satsang today, and also for giving your wonderful association. So Krishna Naman Prabhu is from ISKCON, New Jersey. He is a senior disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. And he and his good wife are pujaris in the temple in New Jersey. They do a lot of deity services there. And in fact, the dedication towards Sri Sri Radha Shamasundara, that's the deity name in ISKCON, New Jersey. And towards the deities are very amazing. It is reflected in their tireless pujari services during long weekends and holiday times when there is a shortage of pujaris in the temple. So they stay back and serve the deities. And Prabhu also conducts Bhakti Vriksha, a program every week, and inspires many grahasthas to take up bhakti. And because of his preaching effort, so many devotees got initiated, and also they took up the path of bhakti. And that shows that how potent preacher he is. And also he does a lot of book distributing Bhagavad Gita and other Srila Prabhupada books. And he does Nagara Sankirtan regularly as well. So with that, let us welcome Krishna Namananda Prabhu by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra one time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Namananda Prabhu, over to you.
Hare Krishna, thank you all for joining for today's special Narasimha Caturdasi program. My fortune to be in your association, seek your all of your blessings. Very thankful to Satrup Gauranga Prabhu and Satya Sara Prabhu. So we'll begin with Mangalacharam. We'll then continue on discussing about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's describing how we received Lord Narasimha Dev's instructions, why we chant Narasimha Dev prayers, and then we will move on to understand what are the various reasons why Prahlad Maharaj appeared and why Prahlad Maharaj is so determined, what was some of the reasons from various angles. Then we'll try to see the qualities of Prahlad Maharaj, and then we'll come to Lord Narasimha Dev. So hopefully, I think time is not enough. It's a huge subject, and so let's pray to Prahlad Maharaj and Narasimha Dev that we'll be able to at least discuss some of the things and understand. We are learning, including myself, we are learning, and today we are hearing from Prahlad Maharaj and Narasimha Dev. So let me share the screen. Hopefully everybody can see the screen. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
We can see.
Yeah. Begin with Mangalacharana. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tat Sat. We quickly take this verse from Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna himself, we can understand how exalted Prahlad Maharaj is. To Lord Krishna himself is speaking about Prahlad Maharaj, and he himself is speaking indirectly about Lord Narasimha Dev, his own form. Prahlad, so in the interest of time, we will not repeat. Sorry for that. So we'll just straight away go into the verse. Prahladascha daityanam kala kalayatam aham mruganam cha mrugendroham vainateyascha pakshinam. Prahladascha daityanam kala kalayatam aham mruganam cha mrugendroham vainateyascha pakshinam. Word to word. Prahlada cha also asmi, I am, daityanam of the demons. Kala, time, kalayatam, of subduers. Aham, I am, mruganam, of animals. Cha, and mruga Indra, the lion. Aham, I am, vainateya, Garuda. Cha, also, pakshinam, of birds. There is interesting connection to Garuda also. We'll see in Prahlad Maharaj's prayers. Translation by Srimad J.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlada. Among subduers, I am time. Among beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuda. We'll quickly read the purport by Sri Prabhupada. Diti and Aditi are two sisters. The sons of Aditi are called Adityas, and the sons of Diti are called Daityas. All the Adityas are devotees of the Lord, and all the Daityas are atheistic. Although Prahlad was born in the family of Daityas, he was a great devotee from his childhood. Because of his devotion, service, and godly nature, he is considered to be a representative of Krishna. There are many subduing principles, but time bears down all things in the material universe, and so represents Krishna. Of the many animals, the lion is the most powerful and ferocious. And of the million varieties of birds, Garuda, the bearer of Lord Vishnu, is the greatest. So, I'll try to Om Ajnana Tamrandasri Naranja Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Mugam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langete Girim Yat Krupa Tamam Vande Sri Gurum Devatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krupa Sindhu Bhayavacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Mera Bhutale Swayam Rupak Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Shri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Mund ki jai. So, as we see in the Bhagavad Gita verse, Prahlada's chasmi daityanam. So, Lord Krishna himself is speaking about Prahlad Maharaj. So, where Arjuna is asking the question in Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 at the end, if you all remember. So, Lord Krishna is stressing the most important verse in the whole Bhagavad Gita. 2 times repeats, Manmanavo Madbhakto Madhyajima Namaskuru Mame Vaisya Satyante Pratijane Priyosme. The last 2 lines changes, but it answer the meaning is same. Think of me, become my devotee, offer obeisance to me, so worship me. So in this way, 4 important things Lord Krishna is stressing to Arjuna. Now, Arjuna is asking, can you tell me now how to follow this? This is the example. Verse is described, but then how to do that? Always think of Lord Krishna, how is it going to be possible? Then Lord Krishna is started describing. And Arjuna is asking this question in the 10th chapter, Opulence of the Absolute. How I will be able to think of you, remember you all the time? What are the ways? Then Lord Krishna started explaining. I told you already in 7th chapter. How come you're asking again? I told you already vibhutis. My vibhutis are so many. I cannot tell you, but I will tell you in brief. Then he describes. So there it basically is describing how to remember. Because all these opulences, various opulences, doesn't mean Lord Krishna is the lion. It's all these opulences by looking at the greatest qualities in Prahlad Maharaj, greatest quality of a lion, like king. All these qualities we have to immediately remember Lord Krishna, a taste of water. So that is the idea of describing various opulences in the 10th chapter. So now coming to the understand Prahlad Maharaj. So first we have to understand through Guru Parampara, especially Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Narasimha Dev prayers is being given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Jiyad Narsinga, which is in Simhachalam in Andhra Pradesh, in India. There is a beautiful temple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself visited. There is footprints established by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Goswami Prabhupada. So there, when he went, he offered obeisances and he chanted mantra. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 8.5. Sri Narasimha, Jai Narasimha, Jai Jai Narasimha, Praladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma, Branga. So that was the first offering. Repeatedly he chanted this verse again and again. So where it is all glories to Lord Narasimha Dev, all glories to Lord Narasimha Dev, who enters into the heart of the devotees and takes away all the anarthas. And he is like acts like a chisel and stone. The sculptor takes the chisel and takes away and keep on pushing it, chisels away all the unwanted parts. Same way he will enter into the heart of devotees and removes all the anarthas, 6 anarthas. So that is a beautiful prayer, and which continues. The second portion of it is not described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, but is in Narasimha Tapani Upanishad describes. It is a mantra Raja, and Jiva Goswami explains in Krishna Sandarbha, Bhagavad Sandarbha also. And this is also in Narasimha Puran, where Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatavamukam Narasimham Veshanam Badram Mutyor Mutyam Namamyam. This is called mantra Raja. So there is a beautiful description in Narasimha Puran, one of the chapter, describing this is the topmost. It gives essence. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given especially to remove the fruitive activity from our hearts, remove obstacles from our heart. That is the main intentional purpose of Lord Narasimha Dev's mantra to be given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And to be further, we will see that in the Antya Leela, also Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela, 16th chapter, 52 and 53, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered into Jagannath Puri temple. Before taking darshan of Lord Jagannath, he is getting on the southern side, about 22 steps. There is Lord Narasimha Dev deity within the Jagannath Puri temple. There he repeatedly offered obeisances and he is chanting this mantra. Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Ladadayane Nanna Kasipur Vakshasila Tankana Kalaya Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha Yato Yam Tato Bahir Nasimha Ordaya Nasim Adam Saranam Prapadye. So these two verses we see in 52 and 53 in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antalila, chapter 16, where before taking darshan of Lord Jagannath, he is describing this. In the earlier one was a description between the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. That was in this chapter. This chapter title is Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tasting the nectar from the sweet lips of Lord Krishna. So that was the chapter title of this Antalila. You can understand how much it is important, this Narasimha prayer. So Prabhupada, when he was sick, he asked his disciples to chant these Narasimha prayers. And then later on, when he went to Japan, he said, I may not live long. I will be going from Japan for this for printing this Gita. I'm going. From there, I will be going to India. So I may or may not come back. So, but you all have been given all the necessary things in terms of the books and how to execute Krishna consciousness. So you chant these Narasimha prayers. So all our obstacles can be removed. So you can continue on executing this mission. So that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Prabhupada passed down the Guru Paramparas from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Narasimha mantra. And this is we can see from Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur also has given to Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, initiated in the Narasimha mantra. So main purpose is to remove the obstacles, remove the proclivities, the fruitive activities. We will see in Canto 7 further. So this is the main specific aspect. Why do we need to celebrate Narasimha Caturdasi? In Bhadya Leela, everything is coming from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given so much that it's for anybody and everybody from all walks of life. They can practice Krishna consciousness by simply chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In Madhya Leela chapter 23, where the title is Life's Ultimate Goal. There itself, it has been described. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving this, that especially talking about it is not given before. Chirad Dattam Nijagupta Viryam. Chirad Dattam Nijagupta Viryam. It is never given before. As a Swapremna Namamrita Rasam Atura, very quickly he has given his own prema, Krishna prema, highest. Till before that, Rama avatar, other avatars, other even Krishna, he told, you all surrender to me, then I will give. But even then, it was not so easy for everybody to come to the Krishna prema, especially the Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Madhurya Rasa, highest Rasa was not given before. Even if it was given, if you look at Lord Ramachandra's pastime, Sakya Rasa is there. But that is called Sambrahma Sakya. There is a Sakya higher than that, that is Vishramba Sakya, not with awe and reverence. So that's why it is very important. Lord will accept our services when we do with affection, not so much with awe and reverence. He will accept, but that is not the highest. Especially what we have to understand is we shouldn't be doing just as a matter of duty. Yes, in the beginning we may be able to, we may want to do like that as a duty. Even though we don't know, we are just beginners. We like to follow others and we do as a duty. But it has to come to natural. We have to develop affection, just like we do with our family members, our kids, our children, our parents. With it not out of duty. It should be supposed to be done out of affection. Then Lord Krishna has an obligation. He's describing in Srimad Bhagavatam. I have an obligation. One who performs with affection any services, any worship, then I am obligated to appear before him. I am obligated to reciprocate with him. If somebody is done with awe and reverence, somebody has done with out of duty, especially out of duty, then there is no obligation for him to accept. And so most of the times it's very difficult to receive the reciprocation. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given Swapremna Namamrita Atura. So Apamaram, even for the Pamara, lowest of the mankind, like Jagai Madai, most sinful. But even to them also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving the highest form of Krishna Prema, highest levels of expression. Vishramba Sakya means with a cowherd voice, he can jump on Krishna, Krishna can jump on them. That is called Vishramba Sakya. Like that, even Vatsalya also, the highest Yasodhama is able to bind Krishna, take stick and run behind. And Krishna is also ready to become surrender, Yasodama is able to bind Krishna. So this special rasas, especially the highest rasas, is not given before. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this. So there in the 23rd chapter, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 24th chapter further, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing Sanatana Goswami, most confidential. Actually, originally when Satyarup Gauranga Prabhu asked, I was thinking to take up that topic, which is very important, Sanatana Siksha. That was the original. So still I took some points from that Sanatana Siksha, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is describing. Please describe Dina Krutya, Masa Krutya, Samvatsara Krutya. Explain the Ekadasi, Janmashtami, Ramanavami, Vamana Dvadasi, Narasimha Caturdasi. Explain the purpose of these festivals, what one is supposed to do, how important it is. So then that's why Sanatana Goswami clearly detailed in great detail about Lord Narasimha's appearance and his Narasimha Caturdasi, how to perform, what was the Prahlad Maharaj's previous qualification. So, and how to observe, very detailed is being given Hari Bhakti Vilas, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is asked Sanatana Goswami to clearly describe it, so that we understand why we are celebrating Narasimha Caturdasi in Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. We are very much in the worship of Lord Krishna, but Lord Krishna has no choice but to appear in this form. It is described in Lagu Bhagavatamrita. Lord Narasimha is also there. Out of all incarnations, there are three principles. They are called Para Avastha Avatar. One is Lord Krishna, he is the topmost, everything is coming from him. He is Avatari, he is the source of all incarnations. And then Lord Ramachandra, and then Lord Narasimha. These three are called Paravastha, means full in full. But in exhibition, Lord Krishna exhibits everything in full, but almost close to Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, and Lord Narasimha. This is in Lagu Bhagavatamrita in part 1, verse number, I think, 16 or so. It has been explained about this Paravastha avatars. Now we understand why we are celebrating. Now we understand how this mantra has been passed down. Now we'll understand the context. Why it is Canto 7. Canto 7. The context is, so Parikshit Maharaj, after hearing from Canto 6, there are 10 subject matters in Srimad Bhagavatam. What are those? Sukadeva Goswami describing in 2nd Canto, chapter 10, verse number 1. Atra sarga visargascha sthanam poshanam bhutaya. Sthanam poshanam bhutaya manvantara ishanukada nirodho muktir ashraya. These are 10 subject matters. We'll not go, this itself is a separate class, but we will not go into that detail. But the 7th canto where Lord Narasimha's pastime is described, that is falling under Utaya. Utaya means fruitive activity. Utaya means proclivities. Utaya means there also comes into two aspects: auspicious activity, inauspicious activity. Subha and Asubha. Sri Narasimha Caturdasi and Sridhar Swami explains this. Especially Sridhar Swami is explained, our original commentator of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes, and Sri Prabhupada quotes also many places. And he is the Narasimha Bhakta. He is Narasimha Bhakta. And Yoga Goswami also gives a very interesting statement. There is an interesting pastime also on Sridhar Swami. His compilation of Srimad Bhagavatam is extraordinary. It describes where Sridhar Swami is explaining about this aspect of this Utaya means Utischa Vasanam. Utischa Vasanam Proktam Tat Karma Anusarina. How Utaya is defined is Utischa Vasanam. The Vasana, everybody has bringing the Vasanas from the past life. What we have done in the past life, the fruitive activities, desire to enjoy separately from the Lord. In terms of the 6 anardas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya, 6 Arishad Vargas. And Hiranyakasipu is representing the anger. Hiranyakasipu is representing the greed. Hiranyaksha is representing the pride. The Jaya Vijaya coming down as the 6 demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipu. And then Ravana, Kumbhakarna. Ravana is representing lust. Kumbhakarna is representing illusion, sleeps always. Ravana and Sisubal and Dantavaktra. Sisubal is representing enviousness, always envy, always blaspheming Lord Krishna. Dantavaktra, anger, always very angry. So in this way we can see the 6 Arishad Vargas in our hearts. What we have are represented in the symbolizes in these 6 demons. But who are these? The context is, so the 6th canto, as I explained, 10 subject matter, 6th canto is called Poshana, protecting, where we see that Ajamila is protected by Lord Vishnu, and then Vritrasura was protected by the Lord. So then after hearing this, Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami about why that demons, why Lord is partial, why Lord became partial and killed the demons. It looks like he's favoring Indra, all the demigods. Why is it so? He is supposed to be equal to all living entities. Why is it? This was the question. It's supposed to be a very brief answer. But then Sukadeva Goswami starts explaining, this is the context about Narasimha Caturdasi. So there, then Sukadeva Goswami started relating exact same question asked by, in the Rajasuya sacrifice by Narada Muni, asked by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Narada Muni. When Shishupal was killed by Lord Krishna, his Sudarshan Chakra chopped off after 100th offense, blasphemy, is being given, assurance being given to mother. Mother approached Lord Krishna, don't kill him. Said, yes, up to 100 I will allow. After 100, he will be killed. So 100th offense was done on the Rajasuya sacrifice. Then he was killed. Then he saw, Yudhishthira Maharaj saw that the effulgence, the soul, after being killed, is merged into Lord Krishna's body. Then Yudhishthira Maharaj asked this question, why is it so? He is like King Vena, Shishupal, all of them supposed to go to hell. Anybody who is blaspheming Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, they will be going to the hell. This is explained in 16th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Vijatam Kruram, Naradaman, Chipam Ajastram. Life after life, will go depths of hell. One who is blaspheming the Lord. But how come this Shishupal and always blaspheming? King Vena also always blaspheming. How come they didn't? King Vena went to the hell, but how come Shishupal didn't go? So this was the context. So two parallels of Parikshit Maharaj asking Sukadeva Goswami, and then he is relating the Narada's, the Yudhishthira Maharaj's question to Narada Muni. And Narada Muni started describing. It was supposed to be a brief answer. And Krishna himself is there listening. It's about his own form, about his own Lord Narasimha Avatar, this whole pastime. So whole Canto 7 is a huge detail. So now we understand the context. Now we understand a little more about this Utaya, where I described everything. Prabhupada lectures, you will see that we have to read Prabhupada books and Prabhupada hear Prabhupada lectures. Prabhupada never mentioned stories. Always philosophy and pastime. Both has to be combined. Then we understand Siddhanta. Otherwise, we will not be able to practice it. Like Hiranyakashipu was preaching also in chapter 3 of Canto 7. He is preaching to Hiranyaksha, his family members. He's talking about the soul and the life of soul. Don't lament. We are just coming together, just like in river. Sometimes the things come together. Sometimes you go for vacation, you may meet people, and then again you separate. So don't lament. He's telling the family members, his own wives, Hiranyaksha's wives, and family members. They were all very happy, and then they are not lamenting. But what did Hiranyakashipu do? Hiranyakashipu do? Practically nothing. Same thing, Durvasa Muni, when he approached the Lord Vishnu, when Ambrish Maharaj, he offended Ambrish Maharaj, then Lord Durvasa Muni went after Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Sudarshan Chakra was running. And then he couldn't get protection from anywhere. Then when he went to Lord Vishnu to Vaikuntha, he is the only person in the world who went to Vaikuntha, came with nothing. Durvasa Muni, great yogi, but it's not going to solve problem. Then Lord asked, I am not controlled by myself. Aham bhakta paradina. Aswatantra hi dvija. I am not independent. I am controlled by my devotees. I am there in their heart and they are in my heart. They don't know anything other than me. I also don't know anything other than devotees. So clearly describing about the pure devotees aspect. Then he asked, what did you do in your whole life? What did you do to me? So Durvasa Muni didn't do anything actually. He performed great tapasya for whose purpose? So bhakti is not to what we are going to get in, how we are going to please the Lord. It must be anukulya Krishna anusilvam, not anything else. Saranagati is explained as anukulya sankalpa pratikulya vivarjanam. Accept favorable things for the Lord and Guru and devotees and reject unfavorable things. This is the actual. So then Durvasa Muni didn't do anything actually in reality. So that's Hiranyakashipu also teaching so many things. But in practice, what do you do? He did perform austerities. You want to be the enjoyer, you want to be the king, you want to be the Lord. But in reality, you will not see anything practically doing, satisfying the Lord or the devotees or the Guru. So that's why we have to understand practical things one must do. So chanting the holy name means we must do practical service. So that is a very important aspect. So that's why here Rotaya, one must understand there is a auspicious and inauspicious. So what does that mean? And the first and important lesson number 1 from this katha is Mahat Anugraha. One must receive the benedictions and mercy from the pure devotee. Lord will never give to anyone Krishna Prema or the liberation, moksha, especially entering into Vaikuntha, without going through a pure devotee of the Lord. Period. There could be other ways, but it has to come through devotee only. Krsna Chakravarti Thakur explains that other ways, even somebody appears to be not initiated right now, but that doesn't mean that he didn't come through the devotee's mercy. 3 ways. It could be in this life, it could be from the previous life, but it definitely he has to receive through devotee only. There is no other way about it. Krishna our Acharyas gives the commentary. So we have to go by what Shastra, Sadhu and Guru gives. Not speculate, think that I don't need to surrender to spiritual master. I can get directly Krishna's mercy. I can attain Vaikuntha liberation. No, it is not possible. So the auspicious and inauspicious we must understand. So where it is explained again by Sridhar Swami. Asubha cha subha cheti vivida etu banda. Asubha mahatam kopa subha mahat anugraha. Asubha, inauspicious activity will germinate, will create in our hearts when we blaspheme devotee, when we cause blasphemy, or when the devotees are angry with us, especially when the pure devotee. And the other way, when it is auspicious, will come when we satisfy, when we please the pure devotee, spiritual master, sadhus. Mahat Anugraha. This is the first and foremost quality. What Prahlad Maharaj did, so what was the reason? The Jaya Vijaya to fall down from Vaikuntha? Mahat Kopa. Asubham Mahat Kopa. Inauspicious desire has started. Where is the example? Can you show me the example? Yes, there are many examples. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, Iswarapuri and Ramachandrapuri. Iswarapuri served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Madhavendrapuri. So then he received a benediction that you will attain Krishna. Iswarapuri received. This is Mahat Anugraha. But how about the other side? Ramachandrapuri is also disciple, but he rather started giving instruction to spiritual master. This is the biggest offense. One who is trying to instruct a spiritual master, thinking that is very scholarly or expert, then finished, then he can't progress. Then he is being immediately told, you get out from this place. Mahat Kopa. Then he received the inauspicious desire in his heart to such an extent that he started criticizing only. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu itself he started criticizing. So this is one example. Then another example you will see, Garuda. When Saubhari Muni rejected or rather stopped Garuda in going to some lake. That is Garuda means bird. He has invented Vainataya. It eats snakes. That is its food. Then he stopped. Because Garuda is a pure devotee, carrier of Lord Vishnu. He's not ordinary. When he made an offense to Garuda, then Saubhari Muni started desire of inauspicious desire, Asubha. Then he wanted to get, he wanted to get married. The desire automatically germinated. So that's why we have to be very careful. So when we blaspheme devotee, especially the pure devotee of the Lord, spiritual master, sadhu, exalted devotees, who dedicate their life in spreading Krishna consciousness, we have to be very careful. For that matter, in Nectar of Devotion, we see that for any living entity, we shouldn't be giving pain. Any living entity. That is one of the 64 items of devotion, Nectar of Instruction. Nectar of Devotion, chapter, I think 8 or so. Execution of Devotion Principle, 64 items, Prabhu Goswami gives. So that is, it's very important to understand when inauspicious things will start coming. So, in the interest of time, let me give quick summary of the lessons of this katha. So I don't know how much we will cover. Now, this is the first point, first lesson from this Narasimha Katha is the Mahat Anugraha. Avoid Mahat Kopat. It is not good for our spiritual progress. Second aspect is the biggest lesson is the fruitive activity. How to avoid fruitive activity. There are at least directly 4 ways we can understand. One is directly serving to the Supreme Lord through a spiritual master and devotees, serving to the Lord. They explain 4:22-39, Canto 4, chapter 22, verse number 39. 4 Kumaras are giving instructions to Prudu Maharaj. Yat pada pankaja palasa bhaktya. There in that verse, it is clearly described how by serving the Lord, we can remove our fruitive activity in the heart, proclivities in the heart. The second aspect is by offering prayers to Lord Narasimha Dev. That is the main reason why Lord Narasimha Dev's appearance is happening. That is 5:18, Canto 5, chapter 18, verse number 8. Beautiful prayers is there. We'll chant that soon. The third is hearing glories of the Supreme Lord. So how one should hear? This is explained before Parikshit Maharaj asking about Lord Krishna's pastime, whole 10th canto. Before that, in the 9th canto, just about to explain, 10th canto about to begin. There itself, Sukadeva Goswami is describing, or Parikshit Maharaj himself is saying that how one should hear by simply hearing the glories with rapt attention. Esmin Sat Karna Piyushe. Sat Karna means our ears must be absorbed in rapt attention, hearing glories of the Supreme Lord. Sat Karna Piyushe. So then what will happen? Dunoti Karma Vasana. It will remove, destroy all the unwanted things. Srotranjali Upasprisya Dunoti Karma Vasana. Srotranjali means rather than it's more effective and purifying than taking bath in Ganga. Srotranjali, we should be. That's why while taking bath also, if you know the verses of Bhagavad Gita, one chapter, you should chant those verses, or Bhagavatam verses, whatever verses, or Pranam Mantra, Prabhupada, Tulsi Maharaj, like whatever, at least in connection with the Supreme Lord or Guru, or Tadiya, means anything in touch, in relation with Krishna, then we are absorbed in that rather than some mundane activity. So that helps to purify our consciousness, our mind is in the proper consciousness. So that is an important lesson. So that's how we have to hear. Yasmin Satkarna Piyusha Yasas Tirtha Vase Sakrut. Immediately. It is mentioned Sakrut means immediately. As example, Bhagavata begins with that. Narada Muni, simply hearing only from Bhakti Vedantis, immediately got purified. He became Narada Muni. So we see example after example. This is in Canto 9, chapter 24, verse number 62. So that is the hearing, how to remove fruitive activity in our heart. That is the third. And the fourth one is Lord Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, we see in 22, part 3, verse number, I forget. It is by praying, by offering obeisances and praying to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he can remove the obstacles, including all this fruitive activity. He can kick out all the anarthas. That is another aspect. Then the third lesson is performing austerity. This is from Hiranyakasipu. Hiranyakasipu performs severe austerities. He is standing on one leg, not even leg, he is standing on toe and performing severe austerity. But rather, devotees must perform austerity by following that example, not exactly for that purpose. Rather, austerity to wake up in the morning to chant the holy name of the Lord. Austerity to engage in service. Austerity to please the spiritual master and devotees. Austerity to hear and read. So we shouldn't be like Hiranyakasipu. Austerity to associate with the Vaishnavas. And then austerity to tolerate the difficulties. Whenever two people come, there will be difference of opinion. We must tolerate. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Are we not tolerating in the family life? We all go through. There is no. So then we must tolerate when we come to temple. How can we expect that there will not be any difference of opinion? There will everything will be happy and blissful, and nobody will say anything. So no, there will be, because everybody is trying to follow the path. So we must tolerate. How Prahlad Maharaj tolerated so many difficulty after difficulty. Hiranyakasipu put him, even the Dahobilam Narsinga, that Simhachalam I was explaining, there only Hiranyakasipu told, go and put him in the ocean, throw him in the ocean. So Hiranyakasipu did many things like that to Prahlad Maharaj, but that is one of the place where it was happening. Jiya the Narsinga. So we can, but still Prahlad Maharaj tolerated. And even at the end also we see that he asked Narasimha Dev, please forgive my father's offenses. Then he said, whatever, no, forget about your father. 21 generations will be liberated. For 7 generations after and 14 generations before. So 21 generations will be liberated because of your devotion to me. So this is that's why it is very important to worship Lord Narasimha, important to serve the devotees and tolerate the difficulties. Sanda Namarka was teaching left and right about all the religious principles, how to be the enjoyer. But he tolerated, rather he preached. This is the biggest lesson for the preachers also. How to tolerate everything, even despite difficulties. He preached even there in that situation also. To Sanda Namarka, all these demons, schoolmates, he preached to them also. Because he doesn't see anybody. Who's enemy, who's friend? For Prahlad Maharaj, he doesn't see anybody. So that's why even Lord Jagannath, when you go to Lord Jagannath is not seeing anything. Because for him, everything is just devotion service, everything he is seeing. Oh, my devotees are doing. So whether what pandas are doing, he's not caring about those. He's only seeing what good, what they are doing, how they are pleasing, how they are worshipping, how they are singing. He is only seeing that. Lord is only seeing the positive aspect, the quality, positive qualities. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj is also seeing. Stavara Jangamana deke Ista Devata Sarvatra. Everywhere he is seeing Lord only. In enemy, in friend, everywhere. That's why he is able to tolerate. So this is one important instruction which helps in our bhakti process. That is the toleration. Then the next aspect is taking responsibility. Very, very important. If you want to progress in devotion service, one must take responsibility to do service. Whether it could be guru, it could be leader, it could be authority in the temple setting. So it's very important. Then when we take responsibility, what will happen? Then automatically mercy will flow through. Not simply, Prabhu, give me blessings. That they will give blessing because they are very compassionate. That's why we chant. So they are very merciful, they will definitely, but more mercy will come when we actually follow the instructions. Serve, take responsibility from Guru, take responsibility from authority. So that is very important. It starts even actually as a child, from a parent. These days that culture is not there. That is another important lesson also. So we taking the responsibility, giving yourself. More we give ourselves to others, more we get the mercy. Krishna is watching what we are doing. Are we really only learning and putting in practice, or simply only doing lip service? So that he is watching, he is seeing in our heart what is there really. So that means we must take responsibility. That's what chanting holy name means. We must do service. If there is we are not taking responsibility, then where is the question of service? Then that means we are just out of duty. Somebody asked to chant, then we are chanting. But how long it's going to go? When we are old, who's going to be there? Nobody is going to be there. Nobody is going to watch us. So whether we'll remember, whether we'll pass the test or not, that will come. So that's why we have to not simply sentimentally, rather we have to understand why we are doing things. So that's why we must take responsibility. We must give ourselves to others and be compassionate. That is a very important lesson we are learning from Prahlad Maharaj. And then chant the holy name of the Lord. Remember, that's what we see. Prahlad Maharaj throughout life is always chanting, always remembering the Lord. And then the sixth one is offering obeisances. There also it is a very, very important lesson. He didn't offer. We also offer. Sometimes we don't offer obeisances. Sometimes new people, they don't know how to offer obeisances. We should be left towards the deity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's example also in front of Narasimha Dev, it is clearly mentioned. The deities are on his left side, he is offering obeisances to Jiyad Narasimha and Simhachalam. It is clearly given. So that's how we should offer obeisances, not straight. We should offer obeisances left towards the deity. Our left side should be towards the deities and offer obeisances. What will happen? It is mentioned by simply offering obeisance one time, just one time. You will not take birth again, but it must be done with feeling, with affection. It is not out of duty. Initially, it may be mechanical like that, as Sri Prabhupada mentioned to Brahmana Prabhu's brother, Gargamuni Prabhu. I don't feel like it. Prabhupada said, no, do it as a duty, then later on you will learn it. You will naturally develop that quality. Initially, we may be in that situation, but it's all right. But at some point, we have to develop that affection, where it is mentioned offering obeisance, nectar devotion. It is quoted by Srila Rupa Goswami, Grah Naradiya Puran. There is describing Eko api Krishnaya krita pranamo dosha no dasaswameda, sorry, not dosha, dasaswameda avabrutya natulya dasaswamedi punaryeti janma. Even if you perform dasaswameda yajna hundreds and hundreds of times, it will not be equal. And even dasaswameda yajna, you have to come again. That's the third line. Dasaswamedi punaryeti janma. Again you take birth. But Krishna pranami na punarma bhavaya. If you simply offer obeisance to Lord Krishna, then there is no birth again. You can see a very important statement. That means we must offer with feeling, with affection. Anything which is done out of affection, Lord will definitely have an obligation to reciprocate. So that is very important. How Prahlad Maharaj offered obeisances? Nanama vidrutanjali, with so much affection that he was not concerned about anything. He simply offered obeisance with so much feeling and affection in front of Lord Narasimha. Immediately, nowhere you will see that. This is the best and best thing you will see in Narasimha Katha, especially the topmost thing. In any other incarnation, you may not see sometimes, most of the times. Lord Narasimha put the hand, the blessing hand on Prahlad Maharaj. He didn't put on Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, neither on Lakshmi Devi. He put on Prahlad Maharaj and he started patting, massaging. So this is Lord Siya, this is the Bhakta Vatsalya. Because he is Akinchana Bhakta. So that means he is completely, fully surrendered. So that's why he is Abhaya, he is fearless. Because we are not Akinchana, we are always thinking that I possess this, I possess that. We are not fully surrendering ourselves. We are too much attached to so many things. Fruitive activity, fruitive mentality is there. We are not confident on the holy name. We are not confident on Guru. We are not confident on the Lord's protection. So that's where the problem is. So that's why we have to understand these aspects, important lessons. Now we'll go back to the actual Narasimha Katha. So how the Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, why did it happen? What were some of the reasons? So the first reason, similar to Ramayana, where Sita Devi one time asked Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu lying down, you are lying down on Ananta Sesh. There is no privacy here. So I want some privacy. The Lord said, here obviously I cannot arrange it, but in future you will get. So because of that, that is one of the reasons. There are many reasons. In Ramayana we see that Lord Ramachandra and Sita Devi went to Vanavas, go through forest where they have the privacy to some extent. So this is one of the similarly here also there are many reasons. One of the reasons we will see from Lakshmi Devi one time. Before that, first reason I'll give you that from Puranas we understand. Narasimha Purana, Jay Vijaya were the doorkeepers. There are 10 gates. There are 10 doorkeepers. Different names are given in Canto 7, Canto 2 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Last doors gatekeepers are Jay and Vijaya in front of Lord Vishnu, very close. There, so one time Jay Vijaya are discussing. Lord does so many things. But how we will fight, how we will wrestle, is missing this wrestling. How we will wrestle? With devotees, we can wrestle. They have to be really strong, that rasa, in order to develop that rasa and fight. That means, so how we will do that? Then as they were thinking it, then Lord Vishnu, because he's seeing, he's there in the heart. Then automatically, immediately, this is one instance. The second instance is from Lakshmi Devi. Was massaging the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. That's Pada Sevana. She symbolizes out of 9 forms of devotion. She represents, she's the topmost expert in Pada Sevana, massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. Then while massaging the lotus feet, then Lakshmi Devi mentioned, so they started massaging, then certainly Lord Vishnu started making sounds. Ooh, so like that. So as though like, Lord is perfect in every rasa. He can make. So then Lakshmi Devi asked, you are making this and how you will fight? You are fighting with the demons, you killed so many demons, how you will fight? Then Lord said, yes, you will see. So this is the second instance, we will see. So immediately then they start hearing some sound. Then Lord Vishnu takes Lakshmi Devi also, goes to the entrance of the Vaikuntha Dwar. Then 4 Kumaras entering with babies, they are a small child, because that is the what they wanted to be. Like small child never gets contaminated with any fruitive activity. So they entered into the Vaikuntha, and the Jaya Vijaya stopped from entering into Vaikuntha. Immediately they got angry and cursed. But actually it is not their fault. This is the same. Mahat Kopa. Because of the angry, they didn't allow, they restricted, they obstructed, like Garuda, the Sobramuni obstructed Garuda, same way 4 Kumara, Jaya Vijaya obstructed 4 Kumaras in entering, then 4 Kumara, it became a cause of this Mahat Kopa. They got angry, they cursed. That Lord Narayan taken responsibility, is great leader. Because they are my servants. And so that means that is my fault. So now you curse them. Then 4 Kumaras curse them. Okay. Either you want 3 lifetimes or 7 lifetimes. 7 lifetimes as devotees, 3 lifetimes as demons. Then they said, no, 7 lifetimes is too long. Then they took as option as 3 lifetimes. Then they became, Jaya Vijaya became Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Shishupal, Dantavana. These are the 2 reasons. And there are some other reasons. How Prahlad Maharaj, in the past life, because everything, even Dhruva Maharaj also, there is a past life which is very important. The past life things, which comes like a TV only. Everywhere our senses and sense objects, our eyes, our ears, our nose, our touch, everything has sense objects. So it brings from the past life, all those things are there. Rather, we don't remember. We take darshan of the Lord, we take Krishna Prasad, but rather we don't think any of that. Always it is bringing unwanted things, whatever we have done in the past life, it is like a TV screen vision, keep coming into the forefront. Real thing, the Lord's lotus feet never comes. This is what will come most of the time. Because of the fruity mentality, most of the time, 99%, that's what we are doing. So that's what is coming to the forefront, like a TV advertisements. So that's why we have to be very careful. So here, so the Prahlad Maharaj in the past life, in Narasimha Purana, it explains that, and Sanatana Goswami explained in Hari Bhakti Vilas, same thing from Narasimha Purana, where Prahlad Maharaj was asking Narasimha, how did I get this? How did I become a devotee of you? Then Lord Narasimha explained, because in the previous life you were you did unknowingly. You were a son of a Vasu Sharma. He was a Brahmana, nice Brahmana, a great devotee, and he has 5 sons. Out of 5, you are the only one. Everybody else is pious. You are the only one attracted to prostitute. Your name is Vasudeva. And then you were attracted to prostitute one day, you quarreled with prostitute, and then you fasted whole day and night. Both of them didn't eat anything till next day. So because of that unknowingly doing of the merit of following the Narasimha Caturdasi Vrata, without, it's good if we can do. I know most of us have work, IT, most of us. And so next day, if we can do, this is the best way. I think Saturday for you, it's okay. For us, it's Sunday. So Saturday, you have till Sunday. If we can, if we are able to do it. This is the way. There it is mentioned. How to celebrate Narasimha Caturdasi. There it is mentioned. One who doesn't sleep till next day morning and chants, hear, read, following devotion practice, it gives greatest benefit. So Prahlad Maharaj unknowingly did, and he gets the benefit. That's how he became my devotee. This is one of the reasons. And what happened to that prostitute? Prostitute also became Apsara in the next life. She enjoyed, and then she went back to Godhead. You will also go back to Godhead after these pastimes. You will become a king, you will enjoy, and then you will go back. But you will never be attracted to any material thing. You will be going back to him. This is another reason. We discussed so far 3 or 4 reasons. Further, Narasimha Purana, chapter 41 or 42, where it explains that when Hiranyakashipu started practicing austerities, and he was already powerful, then obviously before that, this Kashyap Muni, the Diti approached because of this curse. They have to be born. They have to be born. So automatically other things happen automatically. So Diti approached Kashyap Muni at inauspicious time in the evening, in daytime, in the evening, which is Shiva Muhurta. Morning is Brahma Muhurta, where we are supposed to chant from 3:30 or 3:45 to 8 o'clock, but the best time is before sunrise. The evening is called Shiva Muhurta, especially before the sunset. Evening time is not good for this union. So that's how the approach is. Then obviously he tells it's not a good time, but still she doesn't listen. Will of the providence. Then that's how Jaya born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipu as the demons because it's inauspicious time. It correlates. Then it is explained that Hiranyakasipu was so strong, performing austerities. Then Lord, they all approached Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they all went, Lord Vishnu. Then he said, don't worry, you all go back to Kailash and Brahmaloka. I have taken care. Then he tells Narada Muni, Lord Vishnu instructs Narada Muni. This is in Brahma Narada Purana, Narasimha Purana also. Then Narada Muni, what is Narada Muni and Parvati Muni goes together as two birds. Where Hiranyakasipu is chanting Om Brahmaya Namaha, Om Brahmaya Namaha, severe austerities. Then they both sit close by and they start chanting Om Vishnu Namaha, Om Vishnu Namaha, Om Vishnu Namaha. Then he becomes so, because he is so envious. Hiranya and Kasipu means Hiranyam is gold. Kasipu means soft bed. See, actually, you have to understand Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Artha has utilization for the service of the Lord. When it is used like that, it is called Paramartha. We will receive the highest benediction, highest happiness. When we don't use like Hiranyakasipu, if we use it for our own benefit, what will happen? That it will become Vyartha. It will be only, we will enjoy for some time, wherever in this planet or higher planet, then it will be lost. It will not be good for us. It will be just wasted, Vyartha. Artha, it doesn't become wrong. That's why we see that. The gold actually meant to be serving Lakshmi Devi. What we see in Sri Suktam. Sri Suktam, Purusha Suktam is part of the Rig Veda. What do we learn from there? The first thing, this is what we learn. How to utilize our wealth in the service of the Lord. That's what. Hiranyavarnam Rajatam Savarna Rajatasrajam Lakshmi Jata Vedo Mamava. So that Savarna Rajatasrajam. Lakshmi Devi is worshipped with gold. And that doesn't mean she is going to take it. She will be using in the service of the Lord. So that gold, here Hiranyakasipu is representing the gold, but he wants to use it his own enjoyment. So that is the lesson we have to learn. Always try to utilize things for the service of the Lord. That doesn't mean you don't buy for your family members. Prabhupada is explaining, giving Kartamuni and Devoti. You must buy. Husband should buy ornaments and jewelry things for wife. That's fine. As you think that as a servant of the Lord, as a devotee, you are offering. In that way you think, but don't think this is my wealth, mine. And then that's where the problem comes. But always trying to in that mode. That way we will not get that fruitive activity, fruitive mentality. Anyway, these two birds started chanting Vishnavaya Namaha, Narada Muni and Parvati Muni. Then immediately, Hiranyakasipu became so agitated because he's so envious. As soon as he heard Lord Vishnu's name, because he is the one who killed my brother Hiranyaksha, then I cannot tolerate this. Then immediately came out from his austerity and penance. Then immediately got agitated. He tried to kill, but birds he cannot kill. Then they escaped. Obviously, they are great sages. So because the Lord Vishnu told him how to do. So he couldn't do anything. Then he came out. Then he understood. I'm getting angry. What is the reason for angry? Krodhat bhavata sammoha. Jayato vishyan. From Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2. Because it's causing from the desire to enjoy. Kama leading to Krodha. Kama, Lova, and Krodha. Greed and desire to enjoy. So then he understood, this is causing the anger is coming from the lust. So let me now satisfy and then come back again. Then he goes back to his wife. Then he asked, Kayadu asked, how come? I thought you were going to do 1,000 celestial years. How come you came back? And he says, no, these two birds started annoying me, chanting Om Vishnavaya Namaha, Narayana Namaha. Then he said, so that's why I came back. Then he still that is ringing in his mind. So he did the union with his wife. Then he had four sons. Some places it mentioned one daughter also, Simhika. Later on Holika it became. So the Ahlada, Samhlada, Anuhlada, and Pralad. 4. One of them is Pralad. So, but what is happening while union, he was always thinking, he is chanting, he is remembering Vishnu Namaha, Vishnu Namaha. So that is one of the reasons. Narada Purana, Narasimha Purana explained in chapter 40. Then obviously Prahlad Maharaj became a great devotee. Another reason, we say demigods are trying to take Kayadu. And then Narada Muni told, don't take her. The devotee is there, not a demon. Leave him, leave her. So then Narada Muni takes her to the ashram and then starts instructing Srimad Bhagavatam and devotional practices. Kayadu didn't remember anything, But Prahlad Maharaj being in the womb, he learned. So that's why Garbhadana Samskara, while some woman is in pregnancy, one must read or hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a ultimate perfection. So then the actual baby, boy or girl, will get the most Bhakti Unmukha Sukriti, the life-changing event. That's a life-changing moment. So that it's very important. We can see in Prahlad. So because of all these reasons, Prahlad Maharaj became a great devotee. From the past life, following Narasimha, another Padma Purana explains another reason why. There it explains that Prahlad Maharaj not only did fasting until next day morning, he didn't sleep, but he also unknowingly cleaned a place. Narasimha temple was their old Narasimha temple. He cleaned that place. So because that is service showing. So all these so many reasons why Lord Narasimha, why this pastime happened, why Jaya Vijaya came down, why Lord has a desire, devotees have desire, Lord has desire, and then how Prahlad Maharaj's past life. So all these are interconnected. There could be many other reasons. I only know these few Puranas, but there could be a few other reasons, but we don't know. So anyway, we can understand how this pastime is happening. Jaya Vijaya being cursed in this Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipu. And then from Prahlad Maharaj, we can see the qualities itself. So Prahlad Maharaj, about Prahlad Maharaj, where he is asking, Hiranyakasipu is ready to kill him. He asked for this boon. Next time when he went back and performed severe austerities for thousands of years after this union, then he got to Brahma, and then Brahma gave the boons. I cannot be killed. There are so many things he has told. Then Lord Krishna, Prahlad Maharaj is worshipping Lord Krishna only. But he has no choice, but Lord has to appear in this form because that is a specific boon he has. So that's why half man, half lion, how he killed. So then Narasimha appeared to show, to prove that my devotees. He's asking Hiranyakasipu, is your Lord is there in this Stamba? Yes, he said. He is asking, the Hiranyakasipu is asking Prahlad Maharaj, showing the pillar. Then immediately Lord appeared. Satyam vidatum nijavritya vasinam vyaptincha bhuteshu akileshu cha atma ati adbhuta drusya rupam stambhe savayam na murgam na manusam. So it's beautifully explained. Satyam vidatum, just to prove my spiritual mark, prove Narada Muni's statement, prove Prahlad Maharaj's statement that Lord is there. Kambena, Hiranyakasipu is asking. Kambena stamba drusyate, Devan drusyate, then he said, aha, yes. He is there. I can see. He is seeing a lot everywhere. So that's how he became fearless. And then you are not. Then immediately used his mace to break that pillar. They immediately Lord Narasimha, they appeared in this Satyam Vidatum Nidhibhutya Vastam. So he is because servant of the actual pure devotee. Aham Bhakta Paradina. Mad Puja Abhyadika. So examples after example we'll see in Srimad Bhagavatam itself how Lord becomes subservient. There is an important point is mentioned in quoting in 11th canto, chapter 2, where it is explained by worshipping demigod what you will get, and by worshipping the pure devotees, spiritual master, what you will get. The very nice verse has been mentioned that where Chayena Karmas Suchuva, by worshipping demigod, it is like a shadow, you will get the benefits of only in this material enjoyment, material benefits. But if you worship the spiritual master, you serve the spiritual master, representative of the Supreme Lord, bona fide representative, then rather you will attain Krishna very quickly. That is, and Lord himself is also telling, Aham Bhakta Pradina. What is it? Mam Vijaniyam, na avamanyeta gram, Aham Mam Vijaniyam. Verse in 11th canto, Lord Krishna himself is telling, I am the Guru is not different from me. He is my representative. He is Lord himself. Sakshat Haritvan Samastham. So many places we will see that. But we will end with this verse. The qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. Already time is up. I didn't cover much at all. So we'll just go through this one verse. Beautiful description is there in Canto 7, chapter 4, verse number 31 to 32. Where it is explained the qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. Brahmanyo Sila Sampanna, Satya Sandho Jitendriya, or Satya Sara Prabhu, like that, Satya Sandha, always finding the absolute truth. Prahlad Maharaj is always looking for absolute truth. Satya Sandho Jitendriya, fully controlled. And Atmavat Sarva Bhuteshu, everywhere he is seeing super soul only. Eka Priya Suhruttama is always dear to all living entities. And then Dasavat Sannata Arya, Aryangri, the superior is always acting like a meek and humble. Then Pitravat Denavatsala is for also for those who are Denavatsala poor, is acting like a father, guardian, superior, as guardian especially. And Bhratravat Sadrase Snigdho, like friend, like brothers, is acting also in that way. And then Guru Su Ishwara Bhava, Guru is thinking his Lord himself. And then Vidyartha Rupa Janmadayo Tada Manastamba Vivajjada. He doesn't have his thing, he's not thinking I'm scholar, I'm beautiful. None of these is thinking, he's not thinking of any of those material qualities. He's simply thinking I'm servant of the Supreme Lord. So I'll stop here because of the interest of time. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Nandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Yunas Narasimha Dev Bhagwan ki jai, Bhakti Maharaj ki jai, Gaur Bhakti ki jai.
Thank you, Krishna Namananda Prabhu. That was a fantastic class. Would you like to take some questions, Prabhu?
Yes, go ahead.
Devotees, do you all have any questions? Or anyone online can raise their hands? Okay, if there are no questions, we have a short thank you note from Satyarupa Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Prabhu. That's a wonderful lecture on Narasimha Caturdasi. It is very joyful and learning to hear from you in the Narasimha Caturdasi evening. So, Prabhu, you mentioned nicely how Lord Krishna mentioned Prahlad Maharaj's name in the Bhagavad Gita. He is among the Daityas. He is Prahlada. So, Krishna, always we need to always remember Krishna by observing his vibhutis, and when we taste of water, and when we see the line, all powers, then we'll understand and remember Krishna always. And you also mentioned Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prayed Lord Narasimha in Puri Jagannath temple. How he prayed his obeisances again and again. And you also mentioned that Mantra Raja Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu. And so Puri Jagannath deities you mentioned, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's how he glorified. And you also mentioned that when we do our services with affection, then Krishna is obligated to reciprocate to the devotees. And when we do matter of duty, Krishna is not obligated to accept and reciprocates. Here you emphasize the importance how we need to take up and do our services. And Rama and Ramanavami and Vamana Dwadasi and Narasimha Caturdasi, these are the important festivals why we need to observe. And these are like Paravasta Avatar. It is almost near to the Krishna's avatars. And this Narasimha pastime is mentioned in the Utaya part, like proclivity of the activities or the material activities, and how we need to curb these things. So that is the reason it is mentioned here. And you also mentioned a 16th chapter, like Bhagavad Gita, blaspheming Lord Vishnu or Krishna, one goes to the darkest regions of the hell, life after life. And you also mentioned the importance of the philosophy and pastime. So that combined together, then only we will progress. Or not merely knowing the stories will not help in our spiritual progress. And you also mentioned bhakti is to please the Lord, not to attain something. So also like one cannot try to correct Guru, so how he can fall down. So that you nicely explained. And when we blaspheming the devotees, that's the end of our spiritual life. So, and you have mentioned a few lessons, takeaways from this pastime, how the Mahat Anugraha comes from Lord, and how to remove proclivities from the heart, and how our consciousness get purified when we hear the glories of Supreme Lord with rapt attention. You always mention that rapt attention. It is not that, okay, I'm hearing, not like that. And you also mentioned that performing severe austerity in favorable way to please the Lord. If not, it is no use, how it is happened in the case of Hiranyakashipu. And tolerating, when we are performing bhakti or services, we need to tolerate the obstacles come in our way. If we are not able to tolerate that, we will go away from the bhakti or the services. And taking responsibilities and perform services, which is very, very important, then only we'll get mercy. And remembering and chanting the name of the Lord, how Prahlad Maharaj always does that. And offering obeisances with affection, how one can it is receive the mercy. It is uncomparable with even hundreds of sacrifices, Aswamedha sacrifices also. And you also mentioned Prahlada, how he come in this pastime. In his previous life, son of Vashu Sharma has performed Narasimha Caturdasi, also cleaned the Narasimha temple. Even unknowingly, he performed Narasimha Caturdasi and he cleaned. He got an opportunity to participate in this pastime. And you also mentioned that how we need to utilize our wealth in the service of the Lord, not like Hiranyakashipu. And also you enacted the pastime completely, and how it is happened, how this whole pastime, what are the reasons being happened this pastime. And thank you for enlightening us, Krishna Ananda Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all for your kind association. So without Vaishnava's mercy, we cannot progress in devotional service. By your blessings only I'm able to share something. I'm also learning. So we'll end with that verse we didn't chant. A very nice verse. Then we'll end with that. At least I'll be able to disconnect. So the culture of respect we are discussing is Mahaprabhu explains that meek and humble we are learning. In today's world, everything is missing. Even as a parent, child, mother and father, between the child is missing. Culture of respect. Where Prahlad Maharaj is showing when he approached Narasimha, when he's thinking, he's not thinking great as a demigod. He's thinking rather, I am in Daitya Kula, I am lowest, I'm nothing, insignificant in front of all of them. What qualification do I have? There he is showing Nanama Vidrutanjali. There it is mentioned, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vidya Vadu Jivanam. Vidya Vadu Jivanam means like how when one girl gets married, how she will walk, how she will be very meek and humble. Sir, she doesn't say anything. This is in at least previous days and today's world, whether it's happening or not, I don't know. But at least in previous, this is the culture of respect. This is the culture of how to engage in devotional practice, how to be etiquette, proper etiquette. This is what we are learning from Prahlad Maharaj, how to be respectful for seniors, especially senior devotees or parents. Then only actual blessings comes from parents also, if you properly follow the etiquette. So the one point, and then 5:18:8. This is the verse everybody should chant. Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya. Namaste Tejase.
Namaste Tejase.
Avir Bhava.
Avir Bhava.
Vajranaka Vajradamstra.
Vajranaka Vajradamstra. Karmashayan. Randaya.
Tamo Grasa.
Tamo Grasa.
Om Swaha. Abhayam Atmani.
Abhayam Atmani.
Puishta.
Om
Shram. in Canto 5, chapter 18, verse number 8, where in Hari Varsha, Lord Narasimha resides in Janaloka, which is higher planets, and Hari Varsha, which is within, around, or surrounding to the Bharata Varsha, Hari Varsha, there Prahlad Maharaj is the resident or the king in that Hari Varsha, is worshipping Lord Narasimha, and all the residents are worshipping Lord Narasimha with this prayer, where it's clearly mentioned in the purport in the translation, how the fruity mentality, everything will be removed, all the obstacles will be removed from our heart. Exact the verse translation, if you read Prabhupada's translation, 5:18, a very, very important verse to meditate and recite on a day-to-day basis, which will help us to move closer to Guru and Supreme Lord. Thank you all very much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo Namaha. Thank you, Satyasara Prabhu, for giving the opportunity, giving your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I will talk to you offline, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Krishna Namananda Prabhu, for such a beautiful class. We really enjoyed listening and it was so enlightening. And thank you, Satyarupa Prabhu, for the wonderful summary and thank you note. With that, devotees, we go to the next segment of the program. I know all of you are looking forward for it. It's the cultural programs. So first, we are starting with a quiz competition. The topic is pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj and appearance of Lord Narasimha Dev. So it might be here in the class. So let's see how you all have listened. So Jishnu will be conducting the quiz. Shri Devi Mataji has very kindly prepared the questions. Thank you, Mataji. Jishnu, over to you.
Should I give the mic to them, Mataji?
No.
Hare Krishna. The first question is, what is the birth star of Lord Narasimha? So if anybody knows the answer, they can raise their hand. That's right. Yeah, Swati Nakshatram. The second question is, the four sages, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sananda, Sanat Kumar, cursed the gatekeepers to take birth in the material world. What are the two gatekeepers' names? Jay and Vijay, correct. The gatekeepers of Vaikunta took birth as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu in their first birth. What is the name of the parents of these two brothers? What? So what are the two names of the parents of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha?
Diti and Kashyapa.
Yeah, it's Kashyapa and Diti. Thank you, Prabhu. Number 4, Hiranyakashipu underwent lots of austerities to please Lord Brahma. What is the name of the place where he did austerities and penances? So where did Hiranyakashipu do his penances?
Mandrachala.
Mandarachala, yes. Number 5, who is the mother of Prahlad Maharaj? Yes, Kayat. Number 6, Prahlad, who is the son of a demon, became the great devotee of the Lord Vishnu. Who instructed this Prahlad Maharaj? Narada Muni is correct, yes. Number 7, Prahlad Maharaj instructed his father about the 9 processes of devotional service. Which is the first and the last one? Shravanam is the first one, yes. What is the last service which he instructed?
Atmanivedanam is last.
Yes, Atmanivedanam is correct. Number 8, who are the teachers of Prahlad Maharaj? Who is the father of those teachers?
Amarka.
Could you repeat that?
Sanda and Amarka.
Yes, Sanda and Amarka. And then it's also Shukracharya. Number 9, Hiranyakashipu had got the boon that he will not be killed by a weapon. Then how did Narasimha kill him? Yeah, with his fingernails, yes, his claws, correct. And then the last question, Lord Narasimha Deva appeared from the blank at blank time. So the options are table and night, window and evening, pillar and dusk. Pillar and dusk is correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Jishnu, for conducting the quiz. Thank you, devotees, for enthusiastically participating, both in person and online. So the next program is the skit by our young, I know they're so excited, by our young Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. They have done a fantastic job. I would like to thank Rohini Mataji for coordinating the skit and directing, and also to all the parents for helping us make this skit. Prashant Prabhu will be sharing his screen and presenting. Hare Krishna, Prashant Prabhu. The topic, the theme is the appearance of Lord Narasimha Dev.
Once, when the 4 sons of Lord Brahma, the Kumaras, were wandering throughout the 3 worlds, they came to Vishnu Loka. These 4 great sages appeared like small naked children of 5 years old. When the gatekeepers of Lord Vishnu's abode, named Jaya and Vijaya, saw the sages approaching, they thought them to be ordinary children, and did not allow them to enter. The great sages angrily cursed Jaya and Vijaya to go immediately to the material world and take birth as demons. Jaya and Vijaya became the most terrifying personalities, known as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. The day they took birth, inauspicious planets appeared in the sky. It rained blood and pus, and the wind was howling. Hiranyaksha took Mother Earth from its position and disturbed the balance. Demigods prayed to Lord Brahma for protection and appealed to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu killed the demon Hiranyaksha and restored to the earth. We will now go to the palace of Hiranyakashipu, where he laments over his brother's death.
Danavas and Daityas, listen to me! My enemies, the demigods, have killed my brother Hiranyaksha. That cheater Vishnu took the form of a boar and thus helped them kill my dearest brother, who was the greatest Rakshasa, after me, of course. Therefore we must kill them all, and I shall separate Lord Vishnu's head from his body. Go immediately to planet Earth and kill the saintly persons, ruin the holy places of pilgrimage, and slaughter the cows. Quick, go! I shall now go to Mandara Hill and win Lord Brahma's favor by performing great austerities. I shall demand power. I shall demand immortality. Then I shall become greater than Lord Brahma. Ha ha ha! Om Namo Brahmadevaya. 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 Om Namo Brahmadevaya.
Oh, there he is, covered by an anthill.
O best of the demons, for this great austerity I shall grant you a boon. Step down.
Thank you, Lord Brahma, for helping me reach my goal. Now grant me this boon, that I may never die.
I'm sorry. This I cannot do, for even I will also die.
Then grant me this, that I may never die on land, in sea, or sky.
I agree.
That I may never be killed by any man, nor beast, nor weapon.
I agree.
That I may never be killed in the day or at night.
Yes, I agree.
Success is mine! I've reached my goal! I'm immortal! I'm immortal! Now everybody, worship me!
Demigods approach Lord Vishnu and they pray, Supreme Personality, we take shelter of you. Please finish this demon Hiranyakashipu and save us. Lord Vishnu says, "Worry no more, please do not fear. The death of this demon is certainly near. Soon in his family a son will appear. Prahlada he'll be called, a devotee most dear. When this greatest of fiends would torture his son in a most fearsome form, I promise I'll come. I'll kill him at once to protect this boy. At that time your hearts will again fill with joy." Hiranyakashipu, at 5 years of age, sent Prahlada to demon Gurukula so that he can learn how to cheat, lie, destroy enemies, and to learn the materialistic way of life.
Stop. Quiet down, children. Today we will be learning a song. Remember how we learned how to cheat and lie? So much wealth I have today.
So much wealth I have today.
More and more will come my way.
More and more may come my way.
All my enemies I will kill.
All my enemies I will kill.
Then my dream I will fulfill.
Then my dream I will fulfill.
Rich and powerful I want to be.
Rich and powerful I want to be.
So that the whole world will worship me.
So that the whole world will worship me.
Thousands of servants I'll employ.
Thousands of servants I will employ.
Then unhindered I will enjoy.
Then unhindered I will enjoy.
Very good. You can all have a black mark today. Be good children. Continue in this way.
My dear atheistic friends, listen to me. These men are speaking bad philosophy. Please don't be selfish, as they say. If you really want to be happy, then there's another way. Just sing Krishna's holy names and do not waste your precious time playing games. Then your life will become sublime. My dear atheistic friends, today I will teach you Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Stop. How dare you sing this poison? So Prahlada, you are teaching these poor innocent children to worship God? Come with me. I will take you to Hiranyakashipu.
Now, Prahlada, my good, reformed son, you have fine teachers and you have heard of many wonderful things from them. Now tell me, which do you think is the most useful, most important, the best knowledge you've ever heard?
Father, hearing and chanting about the holy name, fame, qualities and activities of Lord Krishna is the best thing.
What?
Anyone who uses his life to worship the Lord in his devotional service is the most learned person, and he has complete knowledge. All your mundane diplomacy and politics are useless.
You rascal son! You curse of our family! You disgrace! You could not have learned this nonsense from our teachers. Tell me where you have learned this, or I will kill you!
I cannot tell you, Father, for you can never understand.
Tell me, you rascal! Tell me!
Even if I tell you, you can never understand because you are envious of Krishna.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him! He must be killed. This boy must be killed as soon as possible. He has become a devotee of my enemy Vishnu. Kill him! Kill him! Take this boy and strike him with your weapons.
Strike him, chop him, stick him, pierce him, kill him.
Although the Rakshasas could strike fear in the hearts of all, they could not bring fear to the heart of Prahlad, who always kept Krishna there with great love and devotion. And thus Prahlad was not hurt. Prahlad did not even try to protect himself. Then Hiranyakashipu threw Prahlad in a pot of boiling oil, but the oil did not burn Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu grew fearful and put Prahlad beneath the foot of a giant mad elephant, but Krishna, being within the elephant's heart, saved the boy from this danger. Hiranyakashipu tried throwing Prahlad off a hill, and he tried killing Prahlad by putting him in great cold, wind, and rain, and in ice. He tried to crush Prahlad with rocks, to burn him with fire, to poison him, and to starve him. But Prahlad remained safe, for Krishna has promised that his devotee will never perish. Hiranyakashipu, fearing Prahlad's power, then threw him in a pit of great poisonous snakes. When Krishna protected Prahlad from the snakes, Hiranyakashipu became full of anxiety and great sadness. Indeed, he saw his own death approaching because of his anger towards his sinless son. Prahlad, not knowing what else to do, Hiranyakashipu once again confronted the innocent and saintly Prahlad.
You have foolishly gone against my orders. Where are you getting your powers to disobey me? It is I who am the Supreme. Who is giving these powers to you?
Father, the one who is giving me my strength is the same one who is giving you your strength. Without Krishna, no one can be strong.
You dare talk to me like this? I am the strongest person in the universe, and because you are the greatest fool, I must kill you myself. With my own hands, you are as crooked.
O King, you should give up your envy and worship the Supreme Lord Krishna.
You say that there is someone greater than me, and someone who is a greater controller than me, and someone whose power is everywhere? If he is everywhere, why isn't he here?
Yes, Father, Krishna is everywhere.
Is he in this pillar?
Yes, Father, he is in this pillar.
Ha ha! You are speaking crazy words now. It is certain that you are about to die. I will now cut your head from your body, just like I cut down this pillar. Ah!
My dear Lord, you are unlimited and possess unlimited powers. No one can estimate your power. You do not violate any of my benedictions. He was killed neither in the day or night, but at twilight, neither inside or outside, but in the doorway, neither by man or beast or demigod, but by half man, half lion, neither in the sky, the sea, or the air, but in your lap. No weapons were used, only your transcendental nails. Thus you have kept all the boons intact. Prahlada, Lord Narasimhadev is extremely angry at your father. Please go forward and appease him.
How can I offer my prayers to you? I, who was born of a demoniac family. If Lord Brahma could not satisfy you, I have no chance to do so. I simply offer my humble obeisances unto this wonderful form of Narasimha. Please don't be so angry at my father. I request you to give my father liberation by your causeless mercy.
We were in constant fear of this demon. But you have eliminated our fears by killing him. This form of you is very powerful, rare, and fearsome. Never before have you seen such a wonderful form.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Daine. Pralada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Shilatankanakalaye. Tito Narasimha Parato Narasimha. Tito Narasimha Parato Narasimha. Yato yato yami tato Narasimha. Yato yato yami tato Narasimha. Bahe Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho. Bahe Narasimho Hridaye Narasimho. Narasimha Vadim Sharanam Prabhade. Narasimha Vadim Sharanam Prabhade. Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanuvringam Keshavarita Narahari Rupa Jajagadisha Hare Jajagadisha Hare Jajagadisha Hare Avakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Narasimha Re Jaya 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 Prahlad Maharaj 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 Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Wow, that was a fantastic skit. I mean, it was so, kids have acted so well, right? In their own way, they have expressed their devotion to Supreme Lord. And really, thank you so much to all the kids who participated and to all the parents who helped us in making this. And thank you, Rohini Mataji. With that, we have come to the last segment of today's programs. It is the artwork, Lord Narasimha Dev artwork we will be presenting. Sri Devi Mataji has coordinated this program and put together everything together. And Prashant Prabhu, over to you to share.
नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा
Wow, that was an amazing artworks by all the Matajis and the kids. Very beautifully done. Thank you to all the participants, and thank you once again, Sri Devi Mataji, for coordinating this. And also very nice music you had. So with that, devotees, we are concluding today's Narasimha Caturdasi celebration. Thank you, Prashant Prabhu, for sharing your screen and presenting. I know devotees have been fasting. The fasting breaking time is dusk, so 8:44 p.m. We'll be breaking the fast today. So before we end this program, I would like to thank all the devotees who have made this festival a grand success. So much goes on in the background, and devotees have been working tirelessly for the past few weeks for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord to welcome his appearance. To begin with, I would like to thank Krishna Namananda Prabhu for the wonderful class, Pushpanjali Mataji and Purnamasi Mataji for this gorgeous altar decoration and pujari service, Jai Subhadra Mataji and Radha Damodar Prabhu for coordinating the temple services for in-person celebration, Prasanna Prabhu and his team who have helped clean the temple for today's celebration, Sarveshwari Mataji and Rekha Mataji for the beautiful garlands for the deities, Kamala Naina Prabhu and Arun Prabhu for taking care of the parking service, Umesh Prabhu and Neha Mataji for the temple's grand exterior decoration, Atma Mai Mataji for coordinating the prasadam cooking, and to all the Matajis who have cooked delicious prasadam today for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Ram Prabhu and team for prasadam distribution, Nitesh Prabhu and Shweta Mataji and her team for Vrindavan garden setting up in the temple, Sarveshwari Mataji for the grand rangoli outside for the pleasure of the Lord, Jai Subhadra Mataji and Sri Devi Mataji for temple communications, Satyarupa Prabhu and Sankirtan team for book distribution, Amit Prabhu and Amrita Mataji for temple newsletter, Radha Damodar Prabhu for the live telecast and audio video for today's events, Prashant Prabhu for administration of the Zoom and co-hosting today, Neeraj Prabhu and Prashant Prabhu for managing event finances, Gayatri Mataji for the guest service today, Sarthak for the Instagram updates, and I also want to thank all the Prabhus and Matajis who helped in putting up the cultural program together. Finally, I would like to thank from all of us to Satyasara Prabhu and Jai Subhadra Mataji for giving us their causeless mercy to us and giving us so many purifying opportunities to help us in our spiritual path and practice Krishna consciousness sincerely. With that, on this day, let us pray to Lord Narasimha Dev to protect us from falling into the temptation of Maya and from forgetting his lotus feet. Let us pray to him to destroy the anarthas in our heart, which can be killed only by the appearance of the Lord and by the mercy of pure Vaishnavas. With that, devotees, wish you all a very happy Narasimha Caturdasi. Thank you all for coming today. Shri Narasimha Caturdasi ki Jai. Shri Narasimha Dev ki Jai. Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. With that, devotees, 8:44 we will start, but we would like all of you all to line up. Children will start, and then we'll start the prasadam, and Dhriti will sing the prasadam prayers.
Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Salpa Punyam Vadam Rajam Vishvashone Vijayate Sharira Vityaja
Sharira Vidyaja
Jotende Taheka
Jatende Tahe Kal
Jive Fale Vishaya Sagare
Ire Vale Vishaya Sagare
Taramatya Jivati
Taramatya Jivadi
Loba Moy Sadharmati
Logo Moyo Sudurmati
Take Jita Katina Samsare
Dina Samsare
Krishna Bara Doya Moy
Krishna Bara Doya Moy
Gori Bare Jiva Joy
Kari Bara Jiva Joy
Swaprasadana Dilo Bhai Sayanamrita Pao Shri Radha Krishna Guna Gao Preme Dako Shri Chaitanya Nitai Preme Dako Shri Chaitanya